Hello, everyone. Oops, let me. Oh, I forgot to get my lightning. Sweet. Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is AGL week 4, and today we're gonna cover ET. I need to fix this. ET New Moon versus Clown Gaming um, Spartans. Now, let me bring X here real quick before I forget. Ah, sweet. Hey, X. How are you doing tonight?
Doing alright. Not a whole lot going on, really. Getting ready for the draft.
Sounds good. Let me send you this. Okay, so they should be starting draft soon. Okay, it looks like they started, and you can go over the draft. I'm gonna fix some stuff here.
Sounds like a plan.
So one thing that I noticed is New Moon has already started with the ASOL ban. That's something that it's been pretty problematic for Robbie. Robbie is playing pretty well when he does. Um, and most of the teams that plays Spartans have been first banning ASOL, and when they don't, Robbie just takes it. So that's a good start.
Yeah, here's a bit of a Ace of One trick. So I'm curious to see what exactly. Okay, first for Kaisa. I think Kaisa is honestly her power level. I don't think shifted too much with the nerf she recently received. I would still say like DPS wise, she's one of the best ADCs, and then she has her own self heal.
Oh shoot, I
And
forgot
then
to bring the draft here. I apologize.
we have
Ah, there we go. Sorry guys.
Zaya and Maokai on the opposite side, and they've spawned with Tark. So on gaming has a bit of a better gank setup bot lane, but New Moon has a lot stronger peel. So it'll be an interesting dynamic to see who comes out on top. And they finish this up with a new jungle possibly. It's gonna be as much CC as they need, so they could really finish up this draft with anything they really want. They have Enchanter, they have Frontline. Probably throw in AP top or mid here. That's all you need. And then put Maokai, Jungle, and
Yeah,
Zyra Column.
one of the things that I've noticed from Clown Gaming is they have showed a pretty large pool, like very little champions been, you know, um, reused. The ASOL, like we only seen ASOL, Jace, the Taric, Lux, and the Kisante as repeated, and Lux being a flax, but they already locked in on Rakan and Maokai for the jungle.
I'm
Interesting on
really
these
curious.
Nico ban.
I want to see Buck B do well. I think he's actually one of the stronger mids, and they're gonna need a second carry threat. So either be Buck B or Downfall.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see like what they're gonna do. I see the Lux ban coming in, now targeting Robbie. Um, I mean, it's just awkward to see the Ziggs ban because I would imagine Cloud Gaming would let that pass because Shiba does play Ziggs, although Buckby has shown that as well. But I don't know. It's just I feel like Ziggs
And
is on a really weird
I'm
spot.
expecting them to R4 top. So
Renekton.
okay,
Oh,
Be a weird thing to put in this draft with Heimerdinger.
Donger in that mid lane. That would be
I don't
that
know
would be
about this, man.
that would be something Robbie would do, I imagine, because he has also played the Ziggs, so I imagine it would be on him or the
Cassante.
Cassante.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is what I was expecting. They really like doing blind for Tigsy. I'm expecting Downfall to answer with something like Gwen. He's quite comfortable on it. It's AP and it's favorable in Cassante.
I'll say this: this is gonna be the fourth official game of Tiggsy on this Cassante, this split, and the last, well, maybe not last week, but the week before, he had very good
I knew it.
games on
I
Tiggsy.
knew it. It's the Gwen.
Now the question
Oh,
is, will he be able to punish? Because that's what we expect, getting that counter for downfall.
yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this is
This
the
opens up mid. They don't need to do AP mid now.
yeah, th
Kai'Sa's hybrid, Gwen's really heavy AP.
this this game also is the comeback from Step Wood. What's calling him again? Rud Stepbro. He's back after 1 week, so I wanted to see like how well he's gonna perform tonight.
I think
Okay, so they
um
still go with the AP mid Oriana.
yeah, they have quite a good amount of
Yeah,
setup.
that's a lot of AP though.
Yeah, but
Amumu,
honestly, AP
Kaisa.
items have just been getting nerfed on repeat, so I wouldn't
Ooh.
expect this to be too capitalized by like the Maokai and Kisante, because Force of Nature is a lot weaker now. It doesn't have percent magic resist, and Fear Visage has been like really weak for a while now. A lot of the best MR items are like gargoyles or damage items with MR, which is not really what Cassante wants to do.
Yeah, I just feel like it's so easy for them to build though. Like, you can just start stacking MR items and you're fine for both Maokai and Cassandre. Um, Now this kind of forces Kai'Sa to go AD, more AD build, but
That's what she wants to do right now, anyways. Like,
but I don't know.
it's usually first time sack Shiv, and then go from there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a little thrown off of the Oriana. Definitely should have been something more aggressive AD, I would believe. But
Well,
it's
it's a
not bad.
blind. It's really hard to blind aggressive AD mids. Um, there's like Tristana, Akshan,
I
and then if you do the
Tristan though, she's
melee
so
AD mids,
safe because you don't have
it,
to force the jump. You can always like have the jump as your secondary, like in case you're getting engaged by a, let's say a flash W from Maokai. You just wait to stun, you get burst, but as long as you don't go 0 to 100, you should survive with the jump and later on flash if needed. But I mean, good stuff. I think it's a good draft from both sides. A lot of CC having engaged from both sides. The Tarek that's gonna buy a lot of time. They do have some Clown Game. It has some poking with the Zeref and long range finalization. He can literally just walk a couple steps from mid lane
I feel like
and then
this
ult
is
on
a
top someone.
very even draft across the board. Like Kaisa Tarek are probably gonna try to stall out a bit. I'm not sure how Ori Xerath goes, so you could probably tell me about that, but top should be Gwen favored. And then I think a Mumu Maokai clear at similar speeds, but Maokai has easier ganks.
So in mid lane, it's gonna be pretty even-ish. Like definitely Orion's gonna have the push early because Zverev can like out trade her initially until he gets like Lost Chapter level 7, level 8. But once he gets the Lost Chapter, things starts to even out a bit. He can clean the wave pretty well with Q and Ws. Um, But he honestly, Zverev just wants to sit tight. If he goes for a strike, maybe get a poke here and there, collect some extra gold, wait for Maokai's ganks, and in this case, probably a roaming from Rakan. But ultimately, if they can get Oriana's flash, his lane is gonna be so much better. He doesn't have to worry about too much about, for example, a hard engage by a Mumu. But lane wise, it's going to be just farming back and forth, respecting the wave as it bounces back between both champions.
I think it's gonna be really execution heavy this game.
Indeed, for sure. Um, so we're just waiting for the in-game draft, and then we're gonna go into the spec delay wait. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a short break, and I will make sure you guys do not get an ad uh, in game. So let's take a short break. We'll be right back, and we're gonna go straight to action. Okay? So sit tight. The fun's gonna start on this lovely evening.
Oh, let me zoom out.
And we should be here, perfect. Okay, so we are in game. Both teams starting now. Blue side ET New Moon, red side Clown Gaming Spartans. So far, nothing crazy. Five stack, simple five stack. We see Rakan already dropped a very early ward on the tribe on the bush there in the river, and now Coconut dropping his ward in the tri-bush to avoid any possible invades there. Pretty standard stuff so far. Wait,
Support disconnected.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Alright, looks like he's back. We did spend a good time on a 0% waiting for the loading screen. And what is this? Specky. Okay, sorry, I had to do a 15-second buffer because Specky buffer here. Okay, now we see Rihanna. Wait, what the heck?
Oh, why is freezing?
Okay, it's freezing way too much. Um,
A little
okay,
bit of damage on Xerath, that's about it.
yeah, and they secure a ward on the red. That's a good one. But you see like already how Oriana can put pressure on Xerath. She just auto and Q, um, and takes you like 10% of his health. Now in terms of runes, we see Phase Rush on Oriana, which is an interesting choice, and First Strike on Xerath. I think on top is pretty standard. Conquer on Gwen, uh, Grasp on
The bigger
Sante,
thing
right?
I wanted to mention is Lethal Tempo and Kai'Sa. So it tells me they're really not trying to play for early game. They're just looking for late game team fights. And it probably hints that Amumu's gonna be pathing towards top. But Maokai's pathing towards bot, so they're really trying to get a lead on Zyrokan on the side of Clown Gaming. And they're probably looking to target Cassante with Gwen.
Yeah, and we're seeing a good trade here by Tiggsy. Tiggsy out trading a little bit downfall. He already uses his first bot. He tries to get back some true damage.
Once Gwen gets level 3, it becomes a lot easier of a matchup, and she starts taking control.
Okay, we see the bot lane warding the tri-bush there for the side of uh, Clown Gaming. Now good
Oh, big
trade by
trade from
Downfall.
Gwen.
He's keeping his wave in a
Downfall.
good spot here from Mumu.
He won't be able to hold this because Cassante hits the entire wave, but this is a good spot to be in.
Yeah, and he already warded the Reaver Bush.
What's not good on the side of New Moon is their wave is going to be slow pushing out while Makai's finishing up his full clear, so they might be vulnerable to gank in another 30 seconds or so.
I mean, their wave looks fine because Zai is keeping
Yeah,
the.
Zai just pushed it back in,
Yeah,
so my entire point is moot. It looks like Amumu's gonna try get a Krug camp or something in
that's actually a
between.
good pathing there. He's going. Okay, that's good. He's
Oh,
going outside the
he's
ward
actually
vision.
gonna look for a gank, probably grab Krugs as well.
Let's see
It's
if.
gonna be really hard. Amumu has to start this because when it has no CC, and if Cassante has W, you can just buffer the CC and get out pretty easy.
Ooh,
Or just dash.
he missed
No,
by a hair. That was a good effort though. That was a good, interesting shot. Now
it
Maokai
was
is
worth it.
looking mid
Looking
here.
mid.
Nothing happens, and Spack is freezing a lot today. But Maokai did get a good. Ooh, nice play by Tiggsy. Oh, he didn't get the tower shot. The minion saved Downfall for for a very quick moment there.
Amumu is still hovering on top side, trying to make sure if they get this wave under. I think Malka is going to be ahead on his rotations for these camps. His downfall, Stupro's up top, and his Krugs just spawns.
Yeah, Maokai is starting his second clear. Momo is finishing his first with the Grump there, and then we see the respawn starting in the bot side.
Do you think he's gonna clear it down or he's gonna reset?
No,
Looks like a reset.
he's resetting and gonna go. Looks like his top. Okay, I mean they do have vision top side. Their top side has pretty good vision, and Cloud Gaming has some had more vision a couple
They're gonna
seconds
look
ago.
for Genkan Gwen here. But this wave's pushing in, so she probably won't step up.
Yeah, we see the
Kaisa and
bot here
Zaya trading
trading.
back. Oh,
Oh,
Zaya has to burn
late
cleanse.
cleans. Now, oh, Kokoda.
The shielding makes him not die to the plasma proc from Kaisa.
And the exhaust too.
It was the exhaust, it was a recon shield, and it was guardian proccing all at the same time.
I think Kokoda was a bit, you know, like overacted too much there because he didn't really have to flash. Like he got the exhaust, so might as well just guarantee these summoners. Cause now they do have flash and exhaust on Tarek, but maybe not enough. And
Level 6 on from Gwen, but can't really get much more than a health trade.
it's an equal health trade too, or actually not even equal.
And then they're also getting Dragon and Cloud. Cloud Gaming side.
Yeah, they took the advantage of that recall with the flash play from Kaisa
Somehow the
to secure
moves
first trade.
even CS after the time spent to make sure top was going to go alright.
Yeah, Maokai spent like a 20 to 30 seconds there looking to a possibility on the gank on Gwen.
Mhm.
But overall, pretty even, same CS top, same CS bot, jungle, and just a little CS over in the mid lane.
Gwen needs a reset because she can't really crash this wave, and Cassante has components and she doesn't, but this is also a freeze.
Ooh, Kisente already has
He has ult
Mercury
and
Tread.
Gwen
Oh,
doesn't.
he ults in, gets one third shot, goes in. Oh, I think this is the first blood for Tig. Oh no! Oh, Gwen ghosted it and just left and just walked
Wow.
away. Wow.
So he successfully avoided the freeze, avoided dying. He'll have to trade TP to not miss too much of this wave.
And took Tiggs' flash as well. So
Yeah.
it's like I say, man. This is Gwen gaming. But so far, I mean, outside like
And the
very
moves
low
hovering boss
action.
side is seen. Herald's up in 15, and Mumu just showed bot side, so they might look for a gank on Gwen here.
Oh, Robbie used all his cooldowns. He is gonna get punished. But Buckby enters the third shot there. Looks like they're gonna be trading. Wait, there's an engage by Buddha. Just a healthy trade. But we see Maokai and Mumu doing like farming each other's blue side.
Well, Gwen has tempo, Ori has tempo, and they spot Maokai, but they have two in the top side jungle, and the opposing team has three.
Okay, Buckby's
Oh my
showing
god.
up. Ooh, that's
Start
your.
fighting the Maokai.
Wait, that's a good shockwave. Oh, very close. All Downfall almost get the
Gets
Maokai
out.
there.
They traded enough health to stop the Herald, but Kazante should be able to push up and use Demolish to get
Momo's
another two
looking for
plates.
a dive here. Nice
Oh,
go.
first
Oh,
kill.
beautiful play. First blood on Kaisa. He gets the flash by the Hakan and gets the ultimate by Zaya. That's actually a good play there. And they could potentially look for a redive, but
So Mumu actually lands Q from Tribrush onto the ADC there. That's what
now
set up the kill.
now this is really good because they're gonna force two plates and a massive wave loss from Shiba, and he's already 11 CS behind. And on the top side on that little skirmish,
Yeah.
Gwen didn't lose much. Um,
She's about 500 gold behind, but The ADC on New Moon side is further ahead than that, and the longer this game goes, the stronger Gwen gets.
Yeah, it's almost 1k gold lead. They almost secured the first blood that I thought it was gonna be. I didn't like. They almost got the first blood on Maokai with the shockwave, but again,
They're
Zeref.
gonna look for this mid gank with Zerath Rakan.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Zeref he just needs to walk like 2 meters, and then he just in range for
The
ult.
Gwen gank, she'll have to 1v2 this. There's no one nearby. She gets hit by the third Q and Maokai ult. She's getting close to killing.
Oh,
If
okay.
she gets one more Q, she might actually kill someone here. Oh, the Maokai W avoids the damage.
Oh, nice
Amumu's
E.
here, but it's too little, too
Oh,
late.
does he? Okay, he doesn't have ult, so he's
Oh
probably not gonna
boy.
be able to get it.
Sante almost turns the kill around as well. It
Wait,
looks like they sent
Ziggsy?
Rakan and Zaya up top, so I think they want Herald? Or they're looking for extended play, but Geist is just getting more played spot lane.
Yeah,
They didn't get
Maokai
much out of this
reset.
rotation.
Oriana's gonna take that farm top, and probably, and Gwen is
They're
looking like going mid.
trading mid plates for bot plates, and Fallen is getting caught out. That's Rakan ult, that's Xerath ult, and Zaya is gunning for the kill, but he probably gets out with Blast Plant. And Maokai is in the area. They might just rotate over to Kaisa.
Ooh, they
This is
committed
3v4
everything.
at best for New Moon, and Gwen is out in the field.
I mean, Gwen is here.
Ooh, big ult from a Mumu. Zaya's almost dead. Tark still has ult. They're going for it. One dies before it comes through. Another stun.
Oh,
They're
Kokoro
gonna have
goes
to.
for it in. He gets the kill. Oh, the
They
Taric ult
have to
doesn't come
get
in.
out.
Now they need to get out. Oh,
Oh,
Zerf's gonna clean up. Nice flash by Step Bro.
Xerath has no ult here, so he can only hit with Q.
I mean, it's I don't like Oriana wasn't there.
Um, I feel like that was a reactionary play. Like they were
I don't.
there and they're like, okay, we'll just fight it, but they did not set up for the dragon. They did not have their people there, and they just went for it anyways. They fought a 3v4 and it did not go well.
Looks like Step Bro is looking for a possible steal, but that's they like Clown Gaming has control of the bot side like completely. It's just risky because
Um,
the Taric's ult, like it was good that you take like the resources from Rakan like ult flash, but I think his ult was a little too late. If he drops it before, he might have saved the Kai'Sa and things could have been a bit different. But
well, he was pushed out from the initial chase and he tried to walk back into the fight.
now with the
So they're probably
reset,
gonna try for top turret. They have four here to try to dive Cassante, but this turret has four plates. It's gonna be a really hard thing to punch through.
well, but they're probably gonna be able to take. Oriana's mid catching another wave. She's already 30
You
CS
know,
ahead of Zeref.
they
That's a good start for
enemy
her.
team responds to this, so they don't get first tower here.
It's close, but okay, yeah, they don't get it. But still, like, they're missing a lot of CS mid because Zaya wasn't able to catch it.
Their Mumu
But
is looking for a pick, but they can't find it because the sapling check from Maokai.
they did get a lot of plates for everybody there.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like a bad
that was three plates,
play.
I believe, split amongst four people. Gwen is still about 800 gold behind.
Also, the one good
Kai'Sa's
thing,
900 ahead though.
Kai'Sa did take a few solo plates and a few
Hmm.
waves on her own, so she
I just
is ahead in XP.
do you think the better play was that Herald usage top or just cracking first tower bot with Kai'Sa?
I mean, since they were already there, probably just I didn't see who took the Herald, but at that point, just go. I think just go top.
Gwen is gonna get caught again. I mean, was trying to walk up, and Gwen's buying time in the alcove.
She, I can't see if she ghosted.
Oh, Gwen dashed into the Maokai ult after Mumu body blocked it, so it just dies.
Oh, that was a bad play by Aiden. And we get a solo kill there by Buckby.
Well,
Double
on
kill
the
for
opposite
Tiggsy.
side, they get first tower bot, so
Yeah,
it's probably
Tiggsy.
overall neutral play.
I mean, Tiggsy doing pretty good there. Guaranteed a double kill. Snow, like making sure that counter pick is now really working. We see massive difference now on Buckby and Robbie.
Both
1k goal there.
both of the jungles are really low on levels. They're both the same level as the bot lane here.
Y- Yeah,
And Amumu here is going demonic first. Do you think that's the best thing he could have gone? Or
I mean, it really depends what he wants to do in the game. I think if he's
because he
going,
started Aftershock and
yeah, I wouldn't go with that because now the top side is pretty much 2 to 3 levels behind the Kisante that has Jackshot, so Kisante's not gonna be easily killable right now. Kaisi goes Kraken, Oriana goes Leandris, and she already has her Sark's boots, so she's pretty fat.
do
Um,
you like Kraken first on Kaisa? I really like Saxo first.
I so Stack Shield is only worth if you go AP. I don't think it goes too well like mixing AP and AD. If you're gonna go for the AP AD what's it called the AD build, Kraken does a lot of damage, and they do need that extra AD if they want to kill Cassandre. But the biggest thing is Oriana
This is a
needs to
big
fight.
fight. This is 4v2. They get a pick on the Rakan.
Oh,
TP
nice!
comes in from
That's a
Cassante.
that's a good shockwave, but that's also good ult by
They need to
Robbie.
get out of here before Cassante starts this. They're starting the fight. Tarkalt buys time. Zaya's
Nice.
almost dead. ADC is down on the side of New Moon. This is
Oh,
looking dicey. This is 4v2, and Cassante is their most fed member.
oh, I don't think Buckby can carry this one here. Tiggs is on top of him. He gets double kill on Maokai, triple kill on Maokai. Well played by Closure there. I don't know with the advantage that Coconut had. He goes in like when Shiba is ulting. It's not really good. He literally died as soon as Kaisa became targetable again.
Yeah,
And like I
I
said,
just
it, they
it's a hard fight to go for
I mean
because
they had a good
Tark
pick
they got a
initially.
good pick, but Tark's like one hit, and then New Moon was not on the same side.
It does. I don't think it doesn't really matter. Like if you are,
Like
you're never
Ori
winning.
was bottom of river trying to fight Xerath while everyone else was fighting.
I mean, it still won't matter because Tiggsy and Enclosure are so much farther ahead that they will be able to tank. The thing is, the other thing is, Zerov can be on a very safe position and ult like he did Tarek, and he dealt pretty much a good amount of damage for being as behind as he is. And like, if you want to fight
I
them,
think
you need to
if
have
they
Oriana and Kaisa playing in that position where they're behind the Mumu behind the Tarek. Otherwise, because if they
they
can
were,
move around, they can do damage.
you know, I think if they want to win these fights, they need to do what their comps are made to, which is a Mumu ult into Oriana ult.
Yeah, but at this point, I don't think they should be fighting at all because they don't have the damage to deal with the front line, and Zai is just
Yeah, they
buying
need to
enough
wait
time for
for about
survival.
second item before they challenge.
The only way they should be doing here is looking for picks or playing sides with Oriana into this Zeref, because Zeref doesn't want to stay side lanes.
Oriana's working towards Rabdon's, Archangel's, and the tier's fully stacked, so that'll be a big spike.
Now it looks like they're looking for another fight for the
They're
second Herald.
gonna fight for this Herald. This
Zeref opens
is
the ult.
dicey.
gets good damage on Coconut, but misses quite a
They
bit.
need to pick a side and commit if they want to go for this at all, or else they're gonna get outpoked by the Seraph. Casante's looking for a flank. Tarakolt's coming
Ooh,
in.
they go in for the Maokai.
Okay.
They they get Buddha.
They might
Downfall
be able to do
guess
something if
the
they can kill
shutdown.
Casante. Casante lives.
Tixi is just making difference. Double kill on him. Coconut can't finish him
Sayal
off.
comes through. That's 3 living on both sides. Downfall does have TP, so
That's
if
2 for
they
2. That ain't too bad because Downfall gets a shutdown on closure. Um, but he does die to Zaya.
Downfall dies for a really greedy overstay.
Shiba does. Okay, so Shiba does use flash. So he won't have flash for the next play, so he needs to be really careful.
Baron's just gonna be pressured at this point.
But yeah, I don't think like again they shouldn't be looking for a fight this early because they don't have the damage to kill Maokai that just finished Abysmal Mask. So
What's gonna be problematic is they have about a minute and a half to Dragon, and I think they need a little over 1,000 on mid and ADC just to get to second item. When's about 2,000 away from second item.
Orion is if she does okay, if she doesn't have um okay, okay, she doesn't have futures market, so but she should be able to get
She does
the
have
gold.
futures market.
No, she has
Oh, I mean, oh, I was thinking about the commencing
no, she
stopwatch.
has stopwatch and the other one, the biscuits. But if she should have enough for Zeref's now, Zeref's Angel.
The problem they're facing is Maoka and Cassante are at 2 items, and if
And it's a force of
Kaisa's
nature.
unable to get to 2 items here,
I,
they're probably going to be losing soul, and this is one of the most devastating souls to lose because it pads stats like no other.
yeah,
And you're,
what's her name? Kaisa's gonna need Lord Doms pretty soon as well, if she wants to do damage on this Cassante.
they also will need heal cut to prepare for Ocean Soul. And at this very moment, no one has heal cut.
So we're seeing a good amount of vision from the side of Cloud Gaming on this
Fong Gaming has
bot
complete
side.
control of the river and the chokes. Kaisa should be dead here. That's she manages to get out. She has to watch out for Zerathol. The Tarek is down. They have to fight with Kaisa being at half health and Gwen being topside. They might just look for a steal and try not to lose extra people. Casante's going in for a flank. They're trying to make sure someone more die before they go for this drag.
Oh,
And there goes
Buckbee's
Buckbee.
load. His should be
Gwen's gonna
dead.
try to get a tower, and Casante's gonna be zoning a Mumu, so he can't go for a smite steal. It's gonna be a uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean at this point there's like 2k gold lead on Clown Gaming. The Gwen doesn't even have her first item, or
She has
the
first item. She doesn't
the
have second
mythic
item.
doesn't even have mythic. Nor does the Mumu. He's looks like he's gonna go for Jackshow too. Um, so things are now really looking pretty good
The
outside
one thing I will say though
the
is if
Oriana.
Gwen gets to like 3 or 4 items, she kind of just one shots. But it's gonna be really hard to change up the trajectory of this game because they need to make all their plays away from Cassante, and they haven't been able to do that so far.
Now they're pairing Oriana with K'Sante. I don't think that's a really smart idea because once K'Sante gets close to Oriana, um, even if she has phase rush, it's going to be difficult to avoid him with all the CC, the knockback, and everything that he can do. So he needs to be really, really careful.
Even Gwen can't match Cassante at this point. I think it makes more sense to use a range champ who can clear the wave and walk away. Gwen has gone to 2 items. Ice is at 2 items.
So now it looks like Clown Gaming is looking to get control over that top
And
side, get
they're
vision,
gonna try to
set up for
control
Baron.
Baron, go from there. New Moon needs to just perma push mid and go from there. What's really good by Clown Gaming is they have this ward in the center of mid. So if New Moon actually goes for tower, they can just get flanked by TP.
Yeah, and they're just buying time. They're just waiting for a good moment where New Moon is going to lose control, make a mistake. They still keep a pretty good vision. New Moon got a good vision on their jungle on the topper side at the blue, and then the new bush from the Ocean
Like
Soul.
Kong Gaming had really good setup, but this control ward and Baron Pit isn't doing anything for them. They don't know that Baron has been warded this whole time. I'm not sure why Fallen is walking up
Ooh,
and getting his flash blown when they know they're not on Baron.
Buddha used Shurelia's and got flawless flash out of it. We see Oriana reset, so they're gonna take their third tower and probably equalize once Stiggsy gets the bot lane. Closure steals the blue buff.
Yeah, Move's getting bullied hardcore and he's way too far up.
Yeah,
Rakan ults.
it burns the flash as
Sephiroth has to
well.
flash out. I am not sure why the Moon keeps stepping up and they have a good idea on whether or not they're doing Baron.
Now
Their ward's just expired.
Gwen is facing something, but that's not a really good idea. He's 2 levels behind. He just finished his Rift Walker. Cassandra is going for the
Mm, probably
Gorgle.
gargoyles,
Yeah.
yeah.
So 2.5 items, pretty strong. 212 CS. He has 10.8k. He's just 1.2k gold ahead of Gwen, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like that he's actually way stronger than that.
Well, it's because every level's about 300 gold worth of stats, so you add up the 3 levels, that's about additional 1200. That's almost a full item amount of gold he's ahead of this one right now.
Now the one good thing is the
Baron is being started by
okay,
Clown
so Clown
Gaming.
Gaming starts the Baron.
And Amumu is recalling on bot side, so there's no way that there's going to be a smite steal here.
Yeah, they weren't able to keep vision there on his top side for
And
long.
what's going to be really problematic is they're going to have to answer Baron pushing, and Elder is going to be spawning in a minute, so they're going to have to work with some of the strongest minions in the game against Ocean Soul and hope they can get the right pick to steal Elder or just win the fight.
And the worst thing is they are pretty much almost all full AP, which deals less damage to the Baron, with Barons. Buckby is going a bit too far there, but Rakan's coming in. Everybody on the side of Cloud Gaming has
Gwen
summoners.
is going to be perma pushing top with TP.
Buckby tries to
Xerath
punish the
answers
Maokai.
top side.
Now with this, now we're gonna start seeing the saplings doing damage. Tiggs is pushing mid lane. Nobody from the side of New Moon is really caring about that mid
They
lane.
need to answer mid soon.
They're gonna lose their Fallen is
Mid tower
looking.
is already going to be gone.
Zero's
Casante
TPing
has
mid.
demolished.
So they're
They're
going
trading
for.
inhib.
I mean, what was
Xerath
this,
TP'd.
Robbie?
Xerath TP'd and
What was this, Robbie?
recalled to fucking ult
The
the top
way,
turret, and Gwen still gets it, and that's a bounty as well.
like, okay, wait, Shiba the dog. This is a
Oh,
real Walker spot.
Amumu starts fighting. Zaya already ulted.
Oh, nice flash.
Fallen dies before the ult comes through. Kaisa used flash and Casante's right there. He goes to the river with her body and she goes straight to the graveyard. They
Okay.
still have jungle to try to smite steal, but Casante is going to be in the backside looking for more kills before this dragon gets low enough.
I mean, Tiggsy
TP
doesn't
coming in
have.
from Buckby. Tixie goes in, he procs the gargoyles.
They still don't have the
Dragon is at
damage.
3k.
Oh, he used the bandage. He's gonna go in.
Tixie goes back in. Buckby is down. Will there be a smite steal? Downfall dashes in and does not get it.
Step.
And also, Step Bro
I don't
passes
know what
another
Step
kill to
Bro
Tixie.
did, but he didn't use the bandage to go into the pit. He just
Yeah,
used on Rakan outside, and I think that was a second charge. So
I
I don't
think
know
it
what
was.
happened there, but something really bad
This
happened.
is gonna be the game, most likely. They have Fallen up, Coconut up, but they have no ults, and it's 2v4 against Soul and Elder.
Rakan ulted in. They get the kill. They got double kill on Robbie. Or no, actually they don't get double kill. They get the game one, but they don't get the double kill. GG's. Clown Game Spartans starts with the 1-0. Very questionable plays by New Moon, not gonna lie. Very questionable a couple things. And I would say pretty strong game from the side of Clown Game, especially on the top side. Diggs and closure. Perfect game from Tiggsy. 17 participation out of 21 kills. So, pretty pog for him. Really well played. Maokai had the top damage of the side of the game, 21.9k. I'll bring it up real quickly. The results here. So 21k damage on the on closure, 18k get damage on Robbie. Good game by Buckby to certain extent. I think early to mid game. Questionable plays by Downfall, Stepbro, even in Coconut. He had a good moments here, but yeah, not today. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be right back. We'll see where the teams are for the next game, and hopefully we can get a pretty good a comeback on game two. So be right back, guys. So we're back here, just waiting for the teams to get ready for next game. But overall, it was a pretty interesting game, pretty good game from the side of Clown Gaming. Um, I would definitely like to see some changes on not only the draft uh, but also like the way they play, their bands, and things like that.
I think you could probably drop Renekton ban. I think Renekton is a lot easier to contain than Visante is. And then I think this team's home is when Sephiroth's on carries and Downfall's on tank. So I'd like to see them try that this time in place of Downfall on the carry and Sephiroth on a tank. Because that game, you have Gwen who's AP, Ori that's AP, Kai'Sa's is hybrid, and he fought Demonic on a Mumu. And what they needed was an additional frontline character. They didn't need another damage dealer. Like, if Kaisa, Gwen, and Ori aren't cutting through the front lines of Han Gaming, you're losing the game anyways. Like, Amumu's not changing that with Demonic.
Yeah. Also, I think they need to do a better job splitting the damage. The idea was fine. Also, execution was not really what it was expected.
Yeah.
But they,
Like,
yeah,
Kaisa, Coconut the Kaisa, he was going for blood and then using ult, flash, or heal near the start of the fights, and then dying shortly after in fights because Cassante would show up or Xerath would land lethal poke, and he didn't have the ways he needed to respond to those
I
situations.
mean, not only that, but Zaya also buys a lot of time, right? So when she
The
ults,
there was a lot of
flashes,
instances where they put everything into Kaisa, and then she just gets a feather pull onto like three people, and then the fight's just turned at that point.
yeah, it probably would have been a bit better to just play slow, get her ult, set up the wave, try to re-dive, or don't go if you can't, you know, kill them straight away. You're probably gonna have to think about how you can burn her flash, how can you burn her ult, and go from there. But in any case, the sides has been selected. ET New Moon will continue on the blue side. Clown Gaming will go for the red side. I'm gonna update real quick the score here. They get it right. So we're gonna have pretty much the same sides for both themes. But yeah, I would definitely expect to see some different bands. So we're seeing here the old bands. So I would expect ASOL Fiddlesticks to probably remain. The Seraphine, I would argue you could leave it open, even flex yourself, or do something else. For on the set and on the other side, on the second phase band, definitely, like as you said, replace that Renekton with the Kisante because again, that was the fourth game Diggsy had on the Kisante, and he did amazing in at least two out of these four games that I saw. So pretty important to put him on something different. And we all know that he's also has other pocket picks like the Cannon, the Ornn. Those are also another other champions that he
I wouldn't
performs pretty
call
well.
Orin a pocket pick because that's what his go-to was before this Cassante.
Yeah, but I haven't seen people actually playing the Ornn well at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Orin's weird because before Cassante came in, Orin was the only mechanic tank fighter. Like, the timing necessary to layer his abilities together is so much more precise when you compare him to like Malphite or Maokai. The closest we had before Orin, I would say, is Gragas with his timing of barrels and trying to knock people in specific places. Well,
but yeah, I definitely think you need to, because for me, I think the two main at least Tiggs is the one of the you know top people here from the side of cloud gaming, and you can probably debate whether Robbie or Closure is that next guy that's going to make the difference. So you definitely need to select, hey, who do you want to target? Who do we want to put on something you know different? And I think that's a discussion that they need to figure out because at the end of the day, you need to be able to, you can't play to every single lane. So I think you need to prioritize which one's going to be able to give you the lead that will potentially get you the game. Um, okay, so let me share my screen. Quick. Save this.
What do you think the first pick priority will be this time? Last time it was Kaisa.
That is a good question. I would imagine Kaisa it would still be one of the picks, mainly because Kaisa is still pretty strong ADC. But I could see them taking the Seraphine, for example. I could see Aatrox maybe, or
Aatrox first pick? I don't know if we'll do Aatrox first
or
pick.
something comfortable for Buckby, like something different. Like for
Oh,
example,
something different.
did
I'm not too familiar with Buckby's pool, but I feel like their first pick options
oh
are
yes,
gonna
so
switch a bit.
one thing that Clown Gaming didn't do that's very first pickable for New Moon is the trash, right?
Oh
So
yeah, that's
the
I
trash is
completely forgot
definitely a
about that.
first pick where if they're cornered, they will try to go for it. And I'm not saying this for people to target the trash. I'm saying this because it is something to look forward to. Okay, so it looks like they're ready for draft, so we should be able to start draft pretty soon. So yeah, let's go, ET. Let's go, guys. See if we can get the reverse sweep. That would be good. Not only for tonight, but for the way we are in the standings in the Arcane Conference. That would be pretty hype. Oh, also, if you guys don't know, tonight Solar is not playing. Those guys will be playing on Monday, and we're gonna be doing the podcast, so we're not gonna be able to stream that game. But we are confident in having a good week for ET. Just like we're confident here that these guys are gonna bounce back and get us that dub, right, Sams? I know you're here. I know you're listening to
Oh
me.
my
So
god. Why do you have to call it Sems like that? He's
we.
gonna deny our Titan
I
application.
don't see a Shiba Ash game. I'll flip table. If I don't see a Shiba Ash game, I'll flip tables. I don't know. Well, I think it's doable. Ash is pretty good right now.
I'm so sick of
I could see
Ash.
her.
I'm like one Ash permaslowing me from a mental breakdown. I played against absolute approach velocity Ash the other day. Every time she autoed me, the second time I was just dead.
Yeah, I mean, Ash can be pretty strong depending on what you're playing, which is building, things like that. But yeah, I'm a bit excited for this game. Stay strong, Axe. Your hair is fire. CG so warning. Thanks for the nice comments, man.
I
Although
feel my ego boosted already.
I think we need to call in a sub Axe. I think we need to do some replacement there to guarantee a win and get this to game three.
Whoa.
But it looks like we're just missing Buddha. He'll be right back. Looks like nature calls. So once he's back, we'll be able to start draft. But yeah, that outside. Let's see. I was looking at the. But yeah, so one of the things that I was looking at on the game logs for Clown Gaming, as an example, a lot of teams have been targeting Tarek and Rel. Now,
Rel. Oh yeah, I could see the first pick Rel. That you mentioned it. I forgot
oh
about
no, I'm
Rel.
sorry. That's Eclipse Tide's New Moon, not Clown Gaming. I'm sorry. Derek and Rel for Eclipsing Tide's New Moon. So those are one of the picks that a lot of people have been targeting us for it, and I haven't seen those here. So those could be also be first pick. Rel is definitely first pick. Like she is first pickable right now. So the J4 also I didn't see a ban. She's gonna be an option for first pick. From the side of Cloud Gaming is definitely they did some Rel but not as much. The Fiddlesticks is there. The Alistar, Rakan, and Karma is also in the list of the bans targeting um, Cloud Gaming. I could see Rakan as an option for the Seraphine. Oh, excuse me. Just
Talk about
because.
the Recon surfing combo,
No, no, no,
or
no. Like,
just one of them.
yeah, just replacing the bans. Um, just because of what the Rakan can do for your game. So it looks like we're getting started here. I see. One of the teams are ready, so we should be starting soon. But yeah, I just want to see something, more consistent from the side of New Moon. I'm expecting Cloud Gaming to
Um,
bring like their a very similar comp of what they showed because it was pretty solid and it rounded up pretty good. So I think their drafting is pretty on point.
well, they're about to start draft. I'd like to see something more holistic team fight, a more holistic skirmish, because that last comp was somewhere in between,
Yeah, I want to see blood.
and they weren't able to make both parts of it work last time.
So far, they're showing the same bands, ASOL and Shogath, as first bands for each team. That's probably a solo queue kind of thing, the Shogath. So we still see the Seraphine. Okay, so the Seraphine and Zaya. So they left the Fiddlesticks up. Interesting. I started playing Fiddlesticks. I started liking the champion. He's pretty strong. So
The
that's a,
Fiddlesticks is just
it.
one of those jungles that if you aren't really good at vision control and tracking enemy jungle, he like ruins your
Yeah,
entire game.
and he's really good at
It's
team
kind of like
fighting.
Shaco, but
We're
Fiddle has a
way
crazy AoE
stronger.
ultimate.
Yeah. I I'm interested to see like who plays Nico in the side of New Moon, because they
I
targeted
imagine it's
again.
Buckby.
Could be. So Cloud Gaming didn't change anything. I see good
First pick
adaptation.
Ziggs. This is
Six
an interesting first
huge.
pick.
Cloud
It did
Gaming.
get banned in second phase last time, but I didn't think they would put it
So
as a first pick here.
they do Maokai and Azrio. Interesting. So interesting choices.
I do like the combo of Maokai Ezreal. Maokai's really good at protecting a piece, so if you make him a three-man unit with Ezreal poking, he can deter an entire fight just by ulting.
Okay, so they're still doing the Tarek as an answer to Maokai's probably engage and dive possibilities. Nah, we just need to see execution of this Tarek matching the ult a little better.
Would imagine they pick jungle here because Maokai top isn't really great, but they could do Maokai support.
Oh, the J4
So
now.
there's
Okay,
a Jarvan.
more early game proactiveness and get more AD damage right out of the gate.
The Ziggs also could be a bot flex, but
Is it?
I'm saying it could be, but I
Is
think this
it?
is Buckby's signature pick, and it's probably gonna go
I
him.
mean, I'm just questioning if Coconut knows how to play Zig.
So Coconut is a mid main first and foremost, and this will be Cassante
Oh,
R3 to stop any possibility from it being banned second phase.
that's smart. Smart by Clown Gaming. Take Casante early because he's a pretty good blind pick. So take him early,
And
deny the
last
ban.
time the counter did not work on the top side, so
Exactly.
unless he's cooking more ideas for top in this matchup, we can't expect Downfall to outperform Cassante this time with Gwen.
Yeah. And CG so warding. You can still see Ash. It's still possible. It's not likely, but still possible as a support probably. We see the not Ash, the Kaisa ban here. Ooh, the Zerif. Probably for what he did mid to late game. Because Buckby had a pretty good laning phase against the Zerif. Interesting choice. And Coconut also, he had a pretty good early game with the Kaisa.
Do you think they, which I've never seen this matchup, but how do you think Rumble into Cassante would go?
I
So you do have the Jarvan set up for Rumble.
I think it's doable, but Rumble needs to be careful with the all the movement
Yeah,
and
for sure.
like the jumps, the dashes that Cassante has. But I think it's a good, interesting choice. I would definitely gamble on that. So they take Soraka. Okay, so they use Soraka as Rio. That's
It's gonna
like
be a really
anti-poke kind
this is gonna
of.
be a really hard team to punch through. Like this might almost need to be Kog'Maw, but they've already picked Tark, so it can't be like Kog'Maw, Blue Blue. It's gonna be really hard to punch through Maokai Cassante with Soraka healing.
Yeah, but also they don't have like high DPS though. Ooh, the
Okay,
Aphelios.
Aphelios.
That's an interesting pick.
This is
That's
gonna.
like
This has a potential, but you need like two or three
exactly.
items to start cutting through tanks.
But like from the side of cloud gaming, I now I'm questioning a little bit. I don't really like the Ezreal and Soraka with Kasante Maokai just because
It's
like you don't pack a punch, right?
okay.
Ooh,
The Fiora pick.
Fiora.
I like this.
Okay, I like
Fiora is
this too.
actually one of the first champs that started absolutely boring
Oh,
Cassante.
Nafiri! We
It
gonna
will
get
let's
to
be
see
the Nefiri
Nafiri.
mid.
Come on, do it, Robbie.
Mm.
No, do Nafiri. Let's
No,
go.
he doesn't know which one he wants. It'll be Nefiri mid.
Ooh, Nafiri, let's go. The first
This is
Nafiri
gonna
game
be.
we're gonna watch.
They have to camp Nefiri because if Nefiri gets ahead, she has three squishy targets: the Fiora, Aphelios, and Ziggs. And also, Nefiri can capitalize decently well off of any substantial poke that Ezreal lands.
Now, I see Mal like I see they have like okay, I believe that Cloud Gaming has a good overall comp, but again, all their AP damage is on the Maokai. He did the most amount of damage last game, so he can definitely cover that. It's really gonna depend on how Stepbro is gonna work on that J4 because the Mumu was a bit questionable to a certain extent on a few decisions, and I think it might be a bit more difficult for Cloud Gaming to execute. Um, because you're poking with Ezreal, you're trying to poke with Furious Q until you're just ready to like go all in. Um, so it might not be the easiest to do to execute, but it's definitely doable. From
Well,
this, yeah,
the Nefiri is a splash into a completely different team comp, and we'll see what happens. I mean, ideally, when you have double frontline and more pokey ADC, you would do something like Victor, Cassio, or Azir, but they just went for more burst. So if they're not able to get Nefiri ahead, it might be an uphill battle.
and I think Ziggs is probably a pretty good option into Naafiri actually.
I
Um,
think Ziggs will have a very substantial wave clear advantage, poke advantage.
and
Only thing
even
he has to be worried about is Maokai ganks.
yeah, and they're gonna be able to have like some sort of control for objectives. I think like if Naafiri goes jumps in, you just use the bombs. You deal with the little spawns for Naafiri. You're gonna deal a lot of damage on her. You have a pretty like a semi-global ult, which will work pretty well once Maokai goes in. So I think there's a lot of options here for the side of New Moon. I prefer this versus the other draft, although I do think this is also pretty
This is
difficult
gonna
to
be
execute.
similar, difficult to execute because this is Enchanter, Bruiser, and then three carries. So one of the things I like about three carry comps with enchanters is if one of your three carries is substantially strong, they basically just don't die. And if one of your carries is behind, the other two can just pick up the slack. One of the things that happened in the first game is when Gwen was behind, Kaisa and Oriana had the possibility of picking up the slack, but positioning in fights wasn't good enough to have the damage that was necessary. But unless Cassante is fed, this is gonna be a two carry comp from Clown Gaming.
Yeah, I definitely have my eyes on this Fiora to see if he's gonna be able to get any uh, advantage into Kisante at all. He had like a lot of back and forth until Tigsy got a couple
I will
kills, double
say,
kills, and started to snowball.
as much as he was initially getting a good advantage against Cassante, because they weren't able to make a gank happen early, the matchup stayed even enough that eventually, once Downfall mis-executed, he started losing the 1v1. And when you play Fiora into Cassante, it's really hard to parry like instant cast W and his ults. So if either of those ever happen, she just stops herself from dying or just outright kills Cassante.
Yeah, the
So
parry
it's
play is gonna be really really important. And the thing is, he needs to like. There's so many things that you can parry with the Kisante, and you just need to get the perfect spot. But obviously, it's like it's hard if they bait your parry, then you need to be respectful until the cooldown is back because it can be brutal if Maokai is also on top of you.
Fiora has the ability to dodge third Q from Cassante really easily, so she can try to use it for something else. And also, she can escape Maokai ganks relatively easily because you can combo Q and W when he ults or when his W is about to land.
Alright, so we are waiting for a spec delay, so we'll be right back. We're gonna run a short break here, and then when we're back, we're gonna go straight into game 2. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. And we are back. Uh, we're back for more action. Blue side again, 18 New Moon. Red side, um, Clown Gaming. Spartans. Why I am not
So
in streamer mode.
the stream's going.
Well, so we see here again 5 point. Nefiri doing whatever, something in the mid lane. We see oh, he's taking a lot
Oh,
of
Nefiri
damage.
using her dog butt beat.
Oh, that's a
Coconut is here.
really bad early for the Robbie. He's gonna miss a
Yeah,
little
this is
bit.
actually. Oh, he's popping potions because he has refillable.
Ooh,
He doesn't want to recall.
it's still a bad start for him. He's gonna have a
This is a
rough,
terrible start. He's down one pot already, and Ziggs loves pushing.
yeah.
It looks like they're gonna go for early invade with the Jarvan as well. He's gonna be starting Raptors.
He got a good set of wards in the Raptors and the Red Pit, so good start for Step Bro. And again, the Maokai making that pathing top this pathing top this time. Fallen being way more aggressive to the
This
Soraka.
is a huge trade at the start of this game.
He does take in a lot of damage, but he pushes Soraka away in that bot lane. Now they go in
This is
again.
another trade.
They pop
Fallen's
Soraka's
taking
heal,
a lot of
but
damage.
he was very bold there. Not, and okay, so J4 gets
Maokai is gonna
two.
be really far behind here.
So now the
Newman's in
question
a weird
is,
spot because their wave is pushing away and they're at that health deficit right now. They do hit level 2 here, so they might be able to start hitting this wave and look for a third wave crash, and then just reset.
Maokai is now showing up on the ward, and
Yeah, Jarvan just finished Krug's topside, so his only path he can really do is to go into Jarvan's topside jungle, but that's what Jarvan's about to do, so Maokai's in a terrible spot right now. He needs to make a gank happen on his topside,
wait,
because
he's going straight for the invade. Well, there's a lot of
no, he's
action
going for
here.
the top gank. This means Jarvan's gonna be really ahead of camps, and so long as Fiora doesn't die here, this is a huge pro for them.
He goes in, he parries. Oh, he
Fiora
missed
does
the
not parry the
parries.
Q, might have to flash. Does not flash the Cassante Q. Flashes now, but Maokai's just gonna go for
Oh,
the kill.
Maokai!
Maokai doesn't get the kill. Cassante doesn't get the
Oh,
kill. Right here,
he's gonna.
right by the Jarvan. Jarvan doesn't have
Oh,
flash.
he doesn't have flash and he doesn't have combo.
He has combo now, but Cassante should have dash. Oh, he lands the auto. He has red buff.
Oh, he gets
They
it.
kill the Cassante. Fiora's back in this lane with TP.
Okay, that's a good start. Stepbro
Oh
gets the
my
first
god.
blood, gets the second kill on Tiggsy. Uh, Tiggsy also has to burn flash and
This is a double
TP.
kill on uh, the Jarvan, so this
Yeah.
is really big for him. Because Jarvan wants to get on the map and do ganks. And not to mention, Maokai has only gone one quadrant of jungle so far. If he doesn't go for a bot invade here,
Well, the other
he's
thing
gonna be
is
so far behind on camps.
you you TP'd on the Xante and he pretty much lost a lot of XP there. Now
Maokai's going to
Closure
the
is
bot
going for
side,
the jungle invade.
so this jungle lead is about to equalize once he starts taking his bot side. And Ziggs is recalling, so they can't really punish Maokai.
Okay. Yeah, the one thing the Stepbro should have done is taken the reset and then go to the bot side, but the Maokai is going to be able to at least trade the red. I don't know if he's going to try to go for the Grump right after, but Soraka and Ezreal are able to put some
Oh,
pressure in this
he
bot
might
lane.
check for Raptors here, but that's about it.
Yeah, now we're seeing a big difference. Okay.
Downfall is getting harassed. He uses parry, and Downfall could. I mean, Ziggs could go for EQ, and he doesn't have parry to answer. It's not happened.
Now we do see that Robbie has a good advantage in the mid lane in terms of CS advantage.
Well, mid gets ganked, and
Buckby
nothing happens.
burns flash really fast. Coconut now is trying to trade on Soraka, and we also see a pretty good lead from Shiba the dog into Coconut. All thanks for that level 1 shenanigans, and it's the spec link uh, is bugging a lot here. It's
Yeah.
stopping a lot.
One question I have for you is, do you think oh, he early parries topside and Tixie is 6 now. He has no parry to respond. Downfall dies
Ooh,
solo
nice
under
solo
tower.
kill by Tiggsy there. Now that small lead with the CS, it means nothing for Fiora. Robbie goes inside, takes a lot of damage from these Ziggs. J4 is waiting a lot of time under that. There's a ward there, and he's waiting a
Fiora has
lot of
no
time.
TP, and bot lane is getting ganked, but they knew Jarvan was coming. The best they can do is Ezreal and his Arcane Shift.
Yeah, there's like a 3 wave difference between Aphelios and the Ezreal. They still keep in a good place. Maokai is in bot side, probably trying to do a 3v3, and
They
let's see
sweep,
what
but
closure what's gonna do.
this is gonna be a 3v3 fight that be really important.
They haven't
Aphelios is about
reset.
to be out of mana. It looks like they're just gonna transition to drag.
Yeah, they transition. I still think it's gonna be a 3v3, but remember,
And Buckby has mid prio here, so this is
and he has
actually a
ult.
possible 4v3 on the side of New Moon.
So closure is showing himself. Buddha is quite low on the Soraka. Fallen was able to heal a lot because they haven't reset, but they were able to heal a lot. Okay, so looks like Clown Game is just giving up. Now this time Blood Moon has the control of the Reaver. They don't risk it. The fight. The Fury resets. The Fury secures a 20 CS difference, which I was not expecting that to happen. Um,
Not
and
exactly sure how that happens,
and you also
especially
have
with the early portion.
yeah. So you have a 20 CS difference in mid. You also have a 15 CS difference in bot. That equalizes to like an 800, 700 gold lead overall. So although it wasn't a bad start for Blood Moon, Clown Game is still
New
coming up
Moon?
ahead. Ooh,
Downfall
Downfall
misses the
loses the
caddy!
cannon.
No! I can't watch this.
And not only loses the cannon, he loses pretty much a good amount of CS there on their turret. But still, like a very slow game, not many mistakes happening. The J4 is still pretty leveled with the Maokai. He does have the kills advantage still, so he still has a couple hundred golds. Yeah, he have 500 gold on top of it. He's gonna get
It's
level
gonna be
6 soon.
dicey. The Fury is walking up. Maokai is about to lane gank, and Fiora's wave is slow pushing.
Now Fury spots J4. I believe J4 also is okay. He spots down the Fury top side with
They
blue.
need to start hovering for Fiora if they don't want her to die here.
Soraka doesn't have level 6 yet.
He Cassante does the weirdest ollie
Ooh.
oop ever, and it almost works.
Yeah, it was a weird
He
all in
misses
by
the
Tiggsy.
W, throws Fiora into tower, and then has to flash over her, I believe, just to ult her towards Maokai.
Okay,
That's really poorly executed. And
eh,
now they can just go straight for Herald because they sent Tark topside. And Aphelios gets a even farm. Straka's walking back to bot, so they shouldn't be able to contest this Herald at all. Fiora got to crash her wave as well.
yeah, and like we mentioned in the draft, like it's a way more difficult for Clown Game to execute this. It's not like too uniform. Um, it's all gonna be on mechanics of champions, like in the top side. Fiora does get a plate now and 15 CS advantage, equalizing that gold, getting the XP
Fiora
back,
is
and
gonna have
equalizing.
to. It's gonna be tricky. Fiora's still about 1,000 away from Mythic. once Fiora gets Mythic, she can actually just start dashing into Cassante and poking with Q, whether or not she has a Vital, and
Oh,
whittling him down until he dies.
and remember, if Fiora came in with Conquerors,
Yeah, Conquer Fiora is just the way to go in this matchup because you can't burst Cassante.
now we're seeing Ziggs leveling. That's yes advantage that Robbie had. Like he's just getting, you know,
He's gonna get a lot of plates here. He just forced Nefiri to back early.
yeah, he forced the back. He gets a blade, do more
Nefiri
damage.
TP's in.
The Fury is really close from her Hydra Ravenias, so it's gonna be really close from first item pretty soon.
You know, the next time Nefiri back, she should have Ravenous.
Considering,
And Fiora's starting to actually out CS Cassante now, which is good to help balance out the kills. She's actually even gold with
wait,
Cassante.
Robbie ults.
So
He
he
okay.
ults and can't dash in, so it's a big summoner, ability used.
I mean, he still
Maokai
has a
is looking for
CP.
a loop with his ult, most likely.
He
Oh,
still
he's just going to
has.
for
Okay, now his
Raptors.
ult expired.
Herald's been dropped bot lane, and they're zoning Soraka away from it, or at least
Soraka
trying
is
to.
almost half
She's
HP.
half health.
Okay,
The
good.
Fury is walking to the spot lane. Ziggs had to recall.
Ziggs does have TP. Stepper goes in.
Jarvan goes in,
Ziggs is
teleport
TPing.
in from
He,
Ziggs.
Soraka's
Maokai is
ult
on the
goes in.
backside of this.
Oh, Ziggs
The
gets the
Fury dies to
kill.
Ziggs.
Soraka's ulted. The Fury has no.
Now Maokai's in a tricky spot. He gets Ruba grabbing him. Jarvan goes in. Does the turret come through? The ult comes through on Jarvan. Tigsy's in the middle of four people. He dies.
Coconut gets the kill.
Dragon
Roots
is up soon,
Soraka.
and they just push back all of Clown Gaming.
That was really well executed uh, by ET Newman.
Drag is up right here, right now, in 3 seconds.
I think they're good for the
And they
dive!
get
The
a
bomb kill
kill on the Soraka
Soraka!
under tower. Look at that.
The Ziggs carry coming in clutch. They're gonna secure second Drake.
I,
Fiora just clapped the turret, got 3 plates, or 2 more
you
plates,
know,
3 plates in total.
Fiora should have Mythic when she backs here.
And
So
she crashes the wave, so
she
she.
crashes the wave. She gets a Mythic here. She should have solo kill threat on this Cassante. And he TP'd down and just died at the start of the fight. I don't even believe he got a kill when he did that.
Okay, so Fiora went back with 1400, Jarfon with 2k.
We gotta
Um,
pause.
okay, so there's a lot to talk about here. So Aphelios finish first item. Ziggs already had the Ludens. J4 finished Gory Drinker. Ezreal from the side of Cloud Gaming finished the Trinity Force and
And
Iceborne
then
Gauntlet for Case Sante.
if you notice, Azrael is 6 away from finishing call, and Aphelios is 18 away from finishing call. So the game is relatively even. This is about as even as it's going to be for a bit, right? It's about 1500 up for New Moon, and they basically on both sides have an item plus components, but New Moon has a couple more components across the board.
Yeah, you're
Herald is up
probably.
in 230.
Yeah, Maokai is not gonna finish his item until the next rotation that he does camps and goes back. So there is an item advantage for the side of ET New Moon. We have
Another
another
freeze.
freeze because we love the game.
Why does Riot stuff never freeze in the middle of their stream?
All right. What I was gonna go with? Okay, yes. So Herald in 2 minutes and 30. Um, Still a long time for that Herald play. Um,
I expect Jarvan to come top with ult and kill Cassante here. This is as strong as this is the biggest spike Fiora will have, pretty much. Most noticeable spike is this first spike. The matchup gets even easier for her when she gets Ravenous, but this is one of the first big power spikes. And the only way Cassante can get out Jarvan Cataclysm is trading ult, but he doesn't go that far. he does that trade.
Kisate does leave a ward there. He's looking. Okay, so he's waiting on the bush just to see what's gonna happen. Um, Shiba still has a pretty good, a decent CS advantage into the Aphelios. They are pretty much even in gold though with the shenanigans that happened earlier. But
Let's see
there's
if
still a
Fiora
lot
start.
to happen.
Let's see if Fiora start dashing in on Cassante and start proccing this Divine Sunder off CD. Because her QCD is about the same when it hits a champ at this point in the game.
Okay, so we see a lot of bangs from the side of Clown Gaming on top of that J4 on the ward.
Oh, Jarvan was just spotted by Sapling mid. Herald's up in less than a minute. Bot lane has not rotated so far.
Now this game,
First tower has not been taken yet.
yeah, this game has been a bit more controlled from the side of Newman. We see more vision, blue vision on the river, on the top side, on the bottom side. They're doing a much better job in like trying to see, where is Closure because Closure was all over the place in the last game. They spotted him with the vision plant.
Herald up in 30 seconds. Maokai looking for Fiora. This will have to be a 1v2. Solid parry, but
Ooh, beautiful
looking for
parry.
the one shot
Oh,
on Maokai because he's so low level. Does not get the vital. Almost
oh, the
kills.
last
Fiora
vital.
actually is fine here.
Really close from killing the Closure. Now
Fiora
double
just turns
ult.
this. There's a kill on Maokai. She has parry up.
Oh, beautiful play by Downfall. Nice parry. He
Oh
gets
boy.
in. Will he get another Q? No, he won't. That was a really well play by Downfall.
This is what I'm talking about. He hits a Divine Sunder Spike, and what can they do? 1v2 in? No, he just almost kills both of them.
To be fair, Closure did not even have in his item.
To be fair, Closer
He
shouldn't have looked for that.
yeah, he should have looked. That's why he doesn't have an item. He shouldn't be looking for that. Um,
And oh, they're TFing top, trying to do something for Herald.
oh
This
wait,
is
Fiora.
Nefiri committing onto the Fiora. She does have
She
mana
is.
for parry.
Oh, he
So
ults
Fiora can just
in.
walk around and proc vitals. The dogs nap up their meal at that tail end of that.
Oh, that was really nice. He got in, but he does burn to flash. Um,
Yeah.
New Moon secures the Herald. Um, now the
Fiora
question is
has
where they're gonna use
Tiamat.
it.
Well, I would imagine you do it top or bot. Probably preferable top because drag's up in a minute. But it's on Jarvan, so it's gonna be tricky for him to drop it top and then go to drag. And yeah, Tigsy doesn't have TP here, so if he drops Herald top and then walks a bot or recalls for bot, he would be forced to stay in lane with no TP and they could 5v4, but they just reset. They might drop it at bot and then go for drag play.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's pinging for the Drake, but the Fury's
Fiora
getting.
has teleport, so she can just crack top turret on her own
The,
or
Fu-
kill Cassante on her own.
the Fury got the
Cassante's
vision.
giving up top turret, it looks like, to walk towards mid to be here for this drag. It's just about to spawn. Fawn is sticking his head out.
Oh, he
Philly's not
goes
crashed the
in.
wave yet.
Oh, okay, so he gets the cleanse out of Ezreal.
Big. And Fiora's gonna be on top tower right here. She's gonna be getting the tower.
Ooh, so we got here ourselves here an Infernal Soul. Cloud Game starts first. We get first turret in top side with Fiora.
Asante is off to the side. Aphelios just did a solid chunk of damage on Maokai.
Stepbro
I
is
guess
just
they
looking for a
don't want
way
to
in.
fight this.
I think Stepbro
This
is
is
looking for it.
4v5. That was big damage, and Fiora's just gonna get two towers for that
Ooh,
drag,
nice
and they're gonna be
combo.
getting bot tower. I'm not sure why they didn't use Herald to draw the enemy team away from Dragon.
They're
But
probably
they
thinking
did get
in
3
another
towers
play with
for
it.
1 dragon, so it's not bad.
And they also forced the Nefiri's ult to visualize where the J4 was for possible steal. I mean, they're pretty low. They're pretty low. They're using Herald now. They're trying to get the tier 2s on the sides. Fiora got top
Osiris
side.
can just break it with the bomb,
Yeah,
and
using
there's
bomb.
4
Yep, and there you
towers for
go.
1 dragon.
that's a good start. It's a 5k gold
Their
lead.
lead is now about 6,000 at 19 minutes.
Now they're all looking in this mid
Oh,
lane
and the
to
Fury
probably
is
crack.
looking like
Oh, that was a
a
nice
dog
W.
treat. Ezreal ult to clear the wave.
But now they don't have W for cleaning this turret.
I would like to see New Moon do a full reset soon, as they got a lot of gold from that last play, and there's 3 members with over 1,000 gold to spend. They might be able to finish up into second items here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot happening here. It doesn't feel like it's too bad for Clown Gaming, but it's definitely on a rough spot. They do get,
Well,
uh,
we didn't get to see what the last fight looked like because they traded towers for Dragon,
I mean, there
but with
wasn't
this
really a
huge
fight so
gold
far.
influx, I don't think the next fight's going to look close.
So it looks like Aphelios could be going for IE because he went BF and now pickaxe. Kind of hard
Yeah,
to
Ezreal bought a
decipher.
really late tier. He's at 87 stacks at 20 minutes.
Um,
So by the time this tier is fully stacking his mana immune, it'll be around the time he can buy third item.
Ziggs is really close from his second item, the Shadow Flame here. He's
Yeah, this
doing
will
a
be Shadow
good.
Flame 6.
He's dealing a good chunk of damage, um, and he went for Ludens, so he's gonna be doing like a lot of damage up front instead of like a consistent, slowly kiting
I
out
want to see
damage with
Ziggs hit
Meowdios.
one of the squishies. They're looking to just start a fight.
He's
Yeah,
right.
Azrael Arcane Shift.
Okay,
They
Snapper
don't
goes
want
into
to
Shiba
trade.
Dog. He does take a
Oh,
lot of
Fallen is
damage.
deep. He's in between 3 members. He has to flash out.
Yeah, they can't go in like that. They
Oh
have
my
to wait
god. Ziggs
for Ziggs.
punches Maokai so much. Downfall's going for a 1v1 onto Nefiri.
He ults
Nefiri
Robbie.
flashes and
Oh,
cannot
he
get to
missed
the
the
other side of the
flash!
wall.
He
He
missed
misses
the
the vital,
flash!
but even with Soraka ult, he dies, and now they're looking for a kill into Tiggsy. If Tiggsy goes down here, they'll have a 5v3
And it
to
could be
help force
Baron.
this Baron.
Maokai is coming in though. Tiggs is buying time. Fiora is
They
free bot
they
side
just need to
though.
jump on whoever they can here.
Okay, they get the flash on
They
Tiggsy. Wait,
okay, they make Jarvan
they make Jar.
and Maokai flush.
Yeah, Maokai flash.
Jarvan was silent, so he couldn't bring down his Cataclysm wall, and he continued to walk forward.
Yeah, but look at Fiora. Oh wait, they go.
Oh,
Tiggsy goes in. Tarek is
Tiggsy
old.
went in. They're going for this play.
That was
It's
a
a
good ult by
4v2.
Tarek. Tarek
So
does die.
Maokai is dead. Soraka has no ult. Sante has no ult. They might try to do Baron here.
They
They do
could do
have 2
Baron.
carries,
They have a
and Fiora
Ziggs.
has TP. But what's risky about this Baron is Dragon is up in 40 seconds. So if they go for this, they probably won't be able to get Dragon as well.
Okay, so New Moon is actually going for it. We see Ezreal being spotted on the ward. Robbie's coming in with
Aphelios is actually just so good at burning Baron when he has Chakram that
now Buckbee
there's
is
not even
slow.
an
He needs to
angle.
be careful to not get one shot by Nefiri.
I think they're gonna have to just reset and
Okay,
give this second dragon over.
the Drake comes up in 15 seconds. They
It's
do have
about
TP
10
on.
seconds. They have empowered recalls, but
They
if
have
all their
yeah.
carries start this before they get there, it should just be gone.
They
They're
could
just gonna
try
be looking to
to.
pressure topside here.
Yeah, that's what they're pinging. They're pinging Fiora to go topside. They can clean up the fight with
Ziggs is getting
Ziggs.
some really quality poke down.
Ziggs also does have
Ooh,
stopwatch to buy time.
Maokai gets the kill. Fiora doesn't have
Oh,
the tempo on this
Stepbro went
wave.
for the red buff. Okay, he just completely ignored the Drake. He went for the red buff instead.
Fiora won't be able to take this tower. Even with all of them walking back, Fiora's not on the map soon enough to pressure this.
I don't know if she gets. They're definitely gonna get mid turret with Ziggs here. Yeah. Now she goes
He has
in.
no parry on Fiora. they're just gonna keep pressuring them. They don't care about the dragon. Afelio kills Soraka from under the tower.
Ooh, that was big damage with the grabbed weapon
Yeah, that
there.
was huge. He grabbed him into the
I don't know what's the other green one is.
Calibrum. The Calibrum. He grabbed him, ability into the Calibrum.
So
And
they're
now
taking
the
bot and mid. Wait,
Cataclysm
J4 goes
into
in.
the ult from Aphelios.
Turret's
This could
ult,
be
nice
double
ult.
inhib. And it looks like we're gonna be
Oh,
having
this
game
could be.
3.
This is game.
They
Nice
have
combo there with
double waves
Felius.
from top and mid and Baron buff.
And they have a Fiora. And
Yeah,
the
this is
Ziggs.
5v3. They might look for the tower dive, and they do have Ziggs to sweep up the towers here. Ziggsy is getting locked up by Flag and Drag. They have enough time, I believe.
J4 goes in. Also
Makai's
by.
up in 10. They have to health reset on the side of Clown Gaming.
Oh, they just. Oh, they tried to go for the kill, but they should have exploded the turret. But still, they can win the game. Stepbro goes in again. Their mix of engage and turret. They finally end the game, and ET New Moon gets game 2 with 24 minutes, and actually 25 minutes of game. Very
Sam's is not going to be
fast-paced
happy
game.
about that one.
So let's go. My predictions are on Sam's. You're being called out right now. 2-1 New Moon. We can still make it. Now, big game here by ET New Moon coming back. Look at this chart. Ziggs, 25k damage. Fiora had 9k. Coconut had 10k on that Aphelios. Shiba the dog, 12k damage, a lot of damage. We didn't see the Fury in the game. 3.6. Dude, the Fury did less damage than Soraka. So, it was nice to see her finally in action, but I don't think that's a. I don't think it was really executed, right? That champion. So, I'm sorry for calling out Robbie right there, but truth must be told here. Um,
It was a really controlled and solid game by New Moon. Like,
yeah,
almost the entire game.
one thing Sailor said here, it's true. Taric damage also non-existent. It kind of felt like he was just a barrier. Uh,
Well, that's all you want to be on target. He had a really
I
good ult
honestly,
on that first or second drag fight where he kept Jarvan alive, and they got
I think
4 kills without dying.
I think like team fight, sure, but in lane he was pretty useless. Like that early game was pretty bad and could have gone so much worse. But I think like seeing good Taric players in solo queue and pro play too, I feel like he can do much more than that. But again, just to point out, the game itself, it didn't seem like there was a lot of fights, and the damage chart shows that, pretty low damage overall. Just, the poke from Ziggs, the poke from Ezreal coming in, but when the actual fight starts, just everybody dying super fast. So let's get into get ready for game
I just
three.
want to say, Tarek
Yep.
healed a good 10k damage. It doesn't matter how much he does.
Yeah, I mean it's there. He definitely needs to clean it up that. So we'll be right back as we prepare for game three. It's gonna be a banger, and I'm excited to see a bounce back, and let's see what kind of changes we see from both teams. So
I was just happy that the Fiora was effective counter that time, because the Gwen last game did not. I mean, the first game did not go well.
oh yeah, I think the two games were very opposite. Like first game was pretty dominant by Clown Gaming. Game two very dominant by New Moon. So pretty outstanding gameplay from both teams so far. But yeah, we'll be right back as we prepare for game three. See you guys soon. Hello, everyone, and we are back as we get ready for Game 3. Um, the teams are almost ready for draft. We're going to be making changes here very, very soon on the screen.
We do have New Moon on the red side for the first time tonight, so that'll be interesting. We'll see how they use R5.
Yeah, I'm excited to see differences between the two because I think both teams showed pretty strong picks and plays in
Yeah,
the different
so
series.
Clown Gaming needs to be down to clown around town, and New Moon needs to be ready to ride the tide.
Oh yeah, and my predictions now. I'm really close of actually getting a perfect prediction. So let's go New Moon because things are gonna go crazy.
Ew, this is toxic.
What do you mean?
Stepbro says I need a haircut.
Oh, well that could be toxic.
Oh,
uh,
so what do you think first like priority will be?
honestly, I think probably the Ziggs. Since Clown Game does play, so if New Moon doesn't want to face that, I think they definitely should ban that. Um, Another option I think would be the ASOL. If ET New Moon doesn't ban the ASOL, Cloud Game is definitely gonna first pick
I
it.
don't think ASOL's gonna be something they put through.
But I think priority is gonna be that. I haven't seen Cloud Gaming do Rel in this series, but I feel like Rel is so strong that she can be easily, uh,
Well, what's
first
hard
picked.
is how good is Rel if Janna gets played?
I mean, she's a flex pick, so I think she's good either.
Oh, she can be played jungle now.
Yeah, you
But
can.
even if Rel is jungle, Janna just shuts her down really easily.
Yeah, I think like if you first pick and they show like Janna as a counter, just flex her and get a counter into Janna because she can do that. And even if you don't want to do that, I still think there's you can still play. It's definitely gonna be more difficult, but you can still make it work.
Hmm. Do you think they blind Cassante for the third time this series?
It's a possibility. I don't know if about first picking
Because
Cassandre,
it's gonna
but
be a bit harder to blind Cassante B3 or
well,
B2 because they don't have second phase bans that they
now
could
think about
use.
this. Downfall showed a pretty good game on Fiora and played pretty well. So if it blinds the Casante, they will probably try to target Fiora. Now, I think it's doable if they not do like B3 or B1, if they do like B4, B5. It's still doable because you can like, okay, we're gonna target Fiora and
Yeah,
stuff
but
like that.
I'm pretty sure they just ban Cassante if
I
they
mean, they
haven't
have
picked it
to.
by B3.
Yeah, if they don't pick B3, you have to ban it, right? But
Like,
it's
also
logic.
if they ban Fiora early, then you just know to ban Cassante.
Yeah, I am definitely on the position where you try to put your laner on something that could be less comfortable. He just played 2 games of Casante. He already have that practice, right? He's already has that, what's called the mental thing that the memory, muscle memory. It's already there, so just force him on something else, so you can get a chance. Now we'll
We're about to
see.
start, right?
Yep, looks like both teams are ready. Well, we're gonna see draft pretty soon.
Oh, Rogathman again.
Yeah, the show guide is something that they're not letting go through at all.
And having permabans from the enemy team is always good if your pockets are deep enough.
Yep, and so is the ASOL, not letting that guy go without being answered.
This might just be the exact same three bans inside of Cloud Gaming. Um, First game they banned Ziggs. Second game they banned Nico. If they ban Ziggs, we'll probably expect. I mean, if they don't ban Ziggs, we'll expect it to be first pick.
Oh, New Moon ban 6.
Not
That's what I was
anything
thinking. That's what I was
close.
expecting. That's a good ban.
And now they're back on
Oh, the first pick Maokai.
Maokai duty.
Okay, so Maokai duty is
I guess they don't
clearly
have the most faith in their jungle.
exactly.
No. He has played decently well on Maokai so far. Like his ults though, I don't think have been game changing enough, and we haven't seen enough Maokai ults in order to set up kills in the mid game. Another Jarvan Tark. This is a pretty honest run back so far. And with Zaya not getting banned, this is another opportunity for her to come through. And the first time we saw this, we saw it paired with Rakan, and Rakan is up, so they could always look to Zaya and Rakan here.
Yeah, and I think the Tarek is just being a clear answer to Maokai possibilities. So they did leave the Zai open for game 3. So it's really going to depend on how they're going to execute that. But
So this is very cocky, in my
oh,
opinion. If
Kisante
they do Cassante here,
again.
then you just respond Fiora. It did decently well enough in that first game.
So
So
we're seeing repetition
I would
here. I
run
kind of
back
like
the
that.
same top.
Well, they haven't confirmed yet. Okay, so they thought
Okay.
about it, but they went with the
They really
Rakan.
thought about it. So this you'd answer, yeah, ADC. You ban the Cassante to make
Okay,
sure you don't have to deal with that ever again. See the
okay, so
Xerath
very
ban.
interesting things. So from the side of Clown Game, they're kind of repeating the Game 1 draft. Zyrakan, Maokai. On the side of New Moon, they repeating the Game 2 draft of Phalios, Tarek, and J4. Now the question is, how well are you going to be able to play that bot lane now? Ooh, I like showing the respect on the Oriana ban for Buckby.
Jarvan Oriana is a really good combo.
But the question is, one ban left. Is New Moon banning takes this Kisante? Yes.
You know, there's
Please
no reason to
confirm
let it
that.
go through if you break
Okay,
this.
confirmation. No more Xante for Tixie.
Yeah, of course. This guy's like Asante Menace.
Zyrakan, Cat. So Zyrakan is definitely not as great, but they're still pretty solid. And actually Zaya into J4, it's actually good because you can dodge so many things from them. And they banned the Ari. Okay, so they banned Ari, not Fiora. Interesting.
That's strange. Because Tigsy has a tendency to play tanks, and Fiora's the best tank killer. They're just gonna
Oh,
R4
they
Fiora.
blind Fiora. They're like, I don't care
And
what you
this
play.
is what I was expecting. The Renekton answer into Fiora most likely is what I would have assumed with a blind Fiora. So this will
That
be,
was quick too. That was like insta lock
yeah,
Fiora. Like okay. So
and
now Redact confirmed and Lux for Robbie. So going a little
this is
bit
gonna be
back
tricky.
to comfort.
So the only way Fiora really beats Renekton is if she can parry his stun, and it's basically instantaneous.
Oh,
And she doesn't have enough of.
Vel'Koz. I kind of like this. I
I
mean,
do like Vel'Koz here.
it's a bit rough because you don't have mobility into Rakan, Maokai. But
But
if you have
you're kind
your
of banking on Jarvan, Fiora, and Taric creating enough disruption so you can just throw your
yeah, I
stuff
mean,
down.
if you lock somebody down on Jarvan's ult, it's easy combo right there. So there's another thing from the Fiora to Renekton is that you can see. I mean, you need to have good eyes, right? You need to see when the W is pressed on Renekton, he's gonna have like something in his head.
Yeah, he has a particle animation on
Yeah.
W,
So you have, and
but
it's gonna be
if
active until it runs down.
exactly,
So the next auto
and
attack is when he stuns.
what's tricky is if he presses W in the middle of him being in attack
Oh yeah, and
range, it's like instantaneous. But if he has his spacing wrong, you can see that he has it and try to walk into his range with parry.
yeah, like
But
I can see, so
generally,
I'll say for myself, I can see it, but still I can fucked up the execution.
it's just a really tricky matchup.
But yeah, so the teams are going to the in draft. They're doing the in-game drafting. So we're gonna stay a couple more minutes here, and then we're gonna run a quick break before we go to the game. One thing I want to shout out to everybody is thanks for the follows for today, Michael and Sams. Thanks for the follow. We actually reached 110 now. Our goal is to get to 1,000. We are being a bit greedy in getting that 1,000 for sure. And also thanks for all the 18 to 20 viewers right now. Pretty excited to have everyone here to watch New Moon versus Clown Gaming. Everybody from Clown Gaming family, thanks for coming here to watch and comment and everything. So pretty excited to have everyone and looking forward for this game 3. So it looks like they're taking their time with the in-game draft. So probably somebody is on bathroom. Yeah, so probably somebody's in the bathroom or something. So it's gonna take a few minutes, and we'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Where is?
kind of wanted to see but forgot to talk about. I think lethal tempo on Aphelios makes a bit more sense than what's it called? Fleet footwork.
Hello everyone, we are back to game. This is game 3 between Clown Gaming, Spartans, and ET New Moon. I'm gonna be updating here the layout for you guys, so bear with me in a few minutes as we see the beginning of the game.
And then just another standard 5 point. Jungle did place a ward in the enemy's brush, so they may or may not know where this Maokai is gonna start based off of that. Renekton's really protecting jungle entrance here.
Yeah, so we got defensive wards by the side of Clown Gaming. We see blue wards in the blue, in the in the river bush, and from the side of New Moon they have a little advanced ward, and now Fiora is walking toward the blue side as well. So they will have the vision that okay, these guys are starting the bot side. Cloud Gaming should be expecting them to New Moon to
And
start on
Fiora
the
gets
bot
a
side
ward
too.
on the blue buff to know that the enemy jungle started bot side. Fiora does
And
not have lane control, so Renekton will hit level 1 first.
one thing to keep in mind is Fiora comes in with Grasp, um, and Tarek comes with Exhaust, while Rakan comes in with Ignite. And both
Um,
junglers are pathing to top side, looking for this Renekton versus Fiora matchup.
yeah, except Jarvan's actually already on the top side of the map here, and Maokai looks to have done red buff Raptor's Krugs, which kind of indicates he wants to go for bot, but instead he just walks all the way to top. Jarvan should finish his Raptor camp before Maokai even gets to top side, so he might
Maokai is
do a
looking into
walkthrough gank
mid.
mid.
He goes in, flash by
Oh,
double
he
flash.
knocks up Maokai under tower for a
But
brief
it's
second,
not
but
enough, and
Fiora
Buckbeak
goes for the soul kill on Renekton, flashes in, cannot get the damage needed. Buckbeak is gonna have to use TP most likely to get back to this wave. Fiora cannot fight until this wave bounces back. This
really well
means
played by
Renekton
this
should be
by
able to get cheater
Closure.
recall.
Really well played by Closure. He gets in the early lead, gets the
Oh, but
flash.
now Jarvan's here to capitalize on Maokai,
Oh,
but he
this is
still has flash.
dangerous.
This is
Renekton's
really
coming,
bad. Renekton is coming. Lux is here. Jarvan has a flash over the wall.
and they survive. Okay, so they protect
Downfall
the evade
is Downfall
while
is in a really bad spot here, by the way. He's at like 30% health topside and the wave's pushing away. And he has no flash.
Valkaz managed to equalize on the CS with the time that Lux spent rotating to protect the blue buff. Downfall resets with what he can. He TP's back. He's ahead on CS, but the wave is kind of frozen with Maokai around the top side. So needs to be careful. Uh,
Downfall used TP to get back to this lane, so if he dies in this position, he has no way to equalize this lane.
I mean, he does take a lot. He does do a lot of damage on this Renekton, and we see the Maokai is resetting. Downfall is putting ward there on the mid side. Ooh,
Stuffer's looking for a bot gang.
there. Oh, flash by Coconut. They don't get a kill.
Rakan is very
Oh,
low, but gets out.
I think they comboed really badly there because there was no combo by the.
Downfall cancels Renekton back, so this is kind of a weird play to go for because Renekton can just TP back to this anyways, and he's gonna be even lower health with less items when he gets there.
So New Moon is gonna go for this first Drake. Lux does not have ult yet for steal. Closure is around. Is he gonna try to do a play? Um, but the last play was pretty questionable from the side of New Moon because, like, honestly, it's better for to have a Tarek flash into Zaya versus a possible
Downfall might die
flash.
here.
Ooh, Renekton
Renekton
got
hits 6.
6.
This is a huge wave. Downfall has no sums to try to outplay this, but Renekton still has flash here. This is a really big wave that you don't want to miss if you're Fiora. Renekton's looking for the
Oh,
dive.
he played.
He
Oh,
just
he
goes for the
misplayed.
wave instead because
I think he missed the time because he got hit and he would have been hit by the third shot.
he mistimed the short trade. And now Downfall has a huge health lead, and he has potential to actually one-shot him now that he has the ultimate.
Yeah, and now Doubtful is ahead in CS. He gets a wave lead. There's there isn't much fruits in the river for Tigsy there. But Maokai is pathing top side. J4 is on the top side, so they could be doing another 2v2 here really soon.
Jarvan and Vel'Koz are resetting at this time, so not a whole lot is happening
Yeah,
right now.
the game has slowed down a little bit. Clown Gaming has a 1k gold advantage, but
This is
uh,
mostly from
I think on the bot
mid
side, no,
and jungle, actually.
well, no, it's mid and bot because there's a 400 gold lead on that Zaya with
Oh, I
almost 20
missed
CS.
that.
So although there's a 7 CS difference in mid, Lux did get that first blood, and Zaya
They're
is just
looking
out
to make a
farming.
play here.
I mean, it's still a
Maokai
2v2.
is here. Jarvan is here. I don't know if they know that Jarvan's lurking.
Jarvan is near
Oh,
6. Okay,
he
they're
activates
pinging.
the sapling he saw get placed.
Somebody's here, yeah.
Oh, he's gonna get engaged on by Renekton and Maokai here. If Fiora's out of range, she's dead before she gets there.
Ooh, he flashes into. He didn't have ward there for. Oops. He didn't have ward to use it as well, but you could have imagining the Renekton to be around. Even if you're trying to face check the Maokai. Now Maokai has a free time getting that Herald. Rakan has rotated. G4 is still walking towards top side. New Moon is trying to get plates here with Aphelios, but just gets one. And Shiba the dog is just
Jarvan walks
easily
straight to top side.
farming.
They can't do anything about Herald.
Shiba gets
Fiora might die
jumped.
here. Huge trade by
Ooh,
Renekton.
he uses Berry, but
And
and she
Fiora
doesn't have
has
TP.
no TP and has to recall since she doesn't get tower dove here.
I mean,
Jarvan can soak this top wave, but that'll definitely open up a bot gank if he does so. He shows topside, Rakan and Maokai are coming to bot, while New Moon is
ooh,
looking for a dive on Zaya.
they
Maokai ult
get
comes
ult on
through,
cleanse.
Tark is 1v3, and Coconut gets rooted by Maokai ult, so he's going to die here as well.
Yeah, he had a late cleanse, but he's gonna go for
Eh,
the Shiba the dog, but he gets killed. He did get two plates, but they executed pretty badly there. Um, the Tarek tanked the ult by Maokai. He could have stopped. He could have just stayed behind. He didn't, and then he had a late cleanse. So pretty not well played. Pretty badly over there.
Ziggy's absolutely beating Stepbro down for looking at his jungle,
Ooh.
and
Robbie has
he's
is forced to flash the buck of his ult. Now the gold
another
lead
bot
just
play.
extends as they share 3, 4 plates here
They're trying to
for bot.
2v3 on New Moon's side. Fallen
Aphelios
still
has
does not
ult.
have ult.
He ults in. Oh, the
Alvin does not
shield.
kill.
Okay,
He gets a Maokai to flash, but he uses flash for that play and does not get the kill. Fjord uses a really aggressive parry and misses the stun window. Renekton has
Digsy's
flash.
flashed. Oh,
Fjord flashes for no reason.
he also flashed for no reason. So he traded ult for ult, flash for flash. He's
Fjord has
low.
to TP back to this lane. It, this is too big of a wave, and if Renekton stuns her, she just dies here,
Oh,
and
that.
that's a
Oh,
death.
that's okay.
And
That's a trade. Okay, so it
that's a
isn't the
one for one, but
worst.
Fjord loses this wave, and that's about 10 minions under tower.
Yeah, true, but it's not the worst because if you die and lose the minions, then that's the worst case scenario. But at least getting that kill mitigates a little bit because Diggsy could have waited. I think he rushed a little bit that dive.
All you really need to do is walk under tower, wait for Fjord to parry, stun her, and kill. But he rushed up play for sure, and
Now,
actually damaged Fjord before she parried. So there's a whole second and a half where he wasn't able to execute damage, but was taking tower shots.
well, the Renekton does finish Gourd Drinker.
Yeah,
Um,
that Fjord needs to be
Zaya
bailed out of this lane until she gets mythic.
Zaya finishes Storm Razor.
Fjord actually bought boots, so she's exceptionally behind on mythic timer.
She's still dealing pretty good damage, but
He's
her parry is
going
still not on
crazy.
time. Diggsy abused a little bit of the mythic advantage.
Fiora actually might have had kill threat on Renekton and if she used ult there, as he still didn't have ult at that time.
He gets vision now on Maokai. The other thing it's really important to say is New Moon guaranteed the second Drake. Even with the play in the bot with the Herald play, they got 4 plates, but they reset and gave that window for New Moon to capitalize a second Drake. So Clown Gaming has a 4K gold lead, has more plates. They have five, 6 plates to 2, but wait,
Fiora and Renekton are scrapping out. She's actually winning this, but
Closure
Maokai is here
is
now.
here. I think she still has Barry, but Coconut is forcing the
Fiora
plates
does
here.
have parry here, so she could definitely do something, but it would be 1v2. I would try to pump as much energy as you can into this Renekton to make this dive look less appetizing.
J4 waiting too much in the mid lane. Maokai is still around. Nice warding by Fiora. Now they remain pretty even, but once Fiora finishes that Divine Sunder, I think this matchup will
Yeah,
turn
this
based on
matchup should flip in Fiora's favor.
especially how they're
Downfall is
playing
doing
right
a
now.
really good job at playing this matchup so far, and Divine Sunder is one of Fiora's biggest spikes.
The other thing is Aphelios looks like to be going for. I argue to say he's going Collector with his Serrated Dirk plus Pickaxe. So he could
think
be going Collector.
think Fiora's. Oh my god, the flag and drag. Jarvan tried to gank top and he missed it over the wall, so he wasn't able to do Cataclysm on the Renekton.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Oh, Velko steals the Scuttle Crab. But now we see Maokai invading bot side, getting vision. I mean, even with that, Downfall is still in a pretty good spot. Oh, too
Oh,
early.
early parry,
He
but the
ulted.
ult and Jarvan being here thwarts the fight.
Okay,
If Fiora
Renekton
can just
still has
crash this
ult.
wave, she should have enough gold now to buy Mythic and then start really gapping Renekton 1v1.
Yeah, cause actually, so this is not bad. So it's 1 for 1 in the
Almost
top
finished on
lane.
Coconut. Same with Zaya.
Yeah, but once they reset, they're probably gonna give. So if they reset now, they're gonna give first turret for Zaya. But if they don't, they're gonna take it because they're forcing really heavily that turret bot. Although they did Fallen and Coconut shared all those plates. Now Rakan is already in place for a Herald play. We see Fallen walking now.
Fiora is on the map with Sunder. She's about to have TP.
Both AD carries resetting. Coconut
Drags
finishes
up in
Stormrazor.
45. Fiora will have TP in 20. And Tiggsy on this Renekton will not have teleport, so you'll have to walk to drag if they want to do it, but it looks like they're doing Herald first.
Herald is guaranteed by Clown Gaming. Closure does secure. We see a reset by
Stepbro is
J4.
recalling right now and drags up in 30 some seconds, so they're not going to have first walk to Dragon. I would rather just see them all push a lane.
Looks like okay, so they're using mid. They're trying to get.
Lux ulted mid.
Oh,
Renekton
Buckby
goes
got
for the dive because
caught.
Lux lands Q and Buckby dies under tower.
Nice play there. Oh, they get flash.
They need to abort this fight. This is a 3v4.
That's a
And they're
late
missing a
ult.
mid
Nice ult
carry.
by. Oh,
Coconut gets dove on by the Renekton, and they all die.
that is really well played by Clown Gaming. They get a massive lead, a 7k lead out of that play. First turret, second charge. They get bot for Zaya. Uh, Downfall trade is back, but Renekton gets a double Q. Lux gets a double Q. I think that Tarek's ult came in way too long. Buckby got caught on that Q that allowed easy stun by Tiggsy. Um, so
Well,
a lot has happened here and really
Buckby got hit
bad.
by the very edge of Lux Q, and
Yeah,
then the rest of New Moon did not want to see their friend die in vain. And they try to overforce to compensate, and they just give 3 more kills and the dragon that they weren't going to get anyways.
yeah, it's rough. It's a really good jump for Cloud Gaming. They get a massive
This
advantage,
was a
and
really overeager TP by Robbie.
and the matchup that is supposed to turn now is not going to turn as easily because Renekton just got
He just
himself
got
half
three
an item.
kills. Renekton is up 1500 in this 1v1 that Fiora was set to win.
Yeah, and Fiora doesn't really want a TP that sort of play anyways. You just expect your team to not die, and so she can force somebody to come back, but it backfired. Now it's a 30. It's a what? Oh, it's an 8k gold advantage. So let's see what the next 5 to 6 minutes will happen. We see Tiggsy forcing into
This is going
downfall.
to be a 1v1 of a lifetime.
Well,
Rakan is
Rakan is
coming
here.
up.
He ulted. Nice parry on the
Good
ult. Nice
stun. She
flash.
has to flash. Still gets hit by the Rakan charm in
There's
the
yeah.
grand
That's
entrance. She bought the time, and now all of the team is here. We have ADC, jungle, and support trying to look to cut this off.
J4 looking into the
Because
Lux. Wow, what a
Jarvan's
damage.
really far ahead. This is another game where both jungles are really down in levels. Maokai is 10, Renekton is 13, Stepro is 9, and Fiora is 12.
Now they're looking for an invade here, possible skirmish. Renekton's coming.
They
This
do
Lux
have
is doing a
Tart
lot of
with,
damage.
honestly,
Stepbro gets caught.
they don't need to fight for everything. You have the
Vel'Koz is
first
walking
two
towards mid
drags,
lane.
you just get second items on people and you start looking to turn the game because Jarvan's really under leveled here.
Oh, he gets caught by
Oh,
Lux's. Oh yeah, he got caught for the third time. Stepbro there,
I'm
like
not sure what they're walking up for. There's no objectives. There's no camps in this topside jungle.
now maybe
Fiora's
it's
so
downfall's time.
dead.
He nice
Another good
parry,
parry,
but it's not
just got
enough. It's a 4 minute to
Twitch advance by
downfall.
Maokai.
He
There
got
are
one nice
bleeding
parry,
kills
but
left and right. You know they're topside. Push mid and bot, you have bounty towers. But what's gonna be a problem is this is a 10k gold lead now, and Baron is up in 15.
yeah, and the game is just in a really awkward situation. Um, Snapbro is almost getting caught again with against the Lux.
They need to make a play here before they get back on the map with all this gold, but I don't think they'll be able to.
I think this is the time where you need to like voice
You
to
need
slow the
to
game.
push mid and bot as hard as you can to try to make Baron difficult, but the wave bot lane is at red team's tier 2, so it's going to take another minute or so before Fury can start pressuring a tower, and most of Clown Gaming are near mid, probably about to set up Baron.
I mean, I feel like Cloud Lane can start Baron at any time they want, and there's nothing New Moon can
They
do.
have 2 items on Lux, they have 2 items on their ADC, they have 2 items on their top. They should be using this window to do something big, but they aren't. All of New Moon is on 1 item or 1 item and components.
I mean, they're just
I'm not
setting up.
sure.
They have a really good vision on this Drake that's gonna spawn in
Um,
45
this should have been a
seconds.
really easy 20-minute Baron, but they just didn't go for it. They're instead gonna look for a pick on Fiora, it seems, before Dragon happens.
Ooh, look at that damage.
And
Oh, Buckbee's in a really bad spot here. He's gonna get caught by the Renekton.
he's alive for now. Lux
Ooh,
has
look
no
at that
ult.
E. Lux's
Lux is
E
very, very strong.
taking like
They're
75%
fighting the
damage.
carries that have 2 items. Buckby and Aphelios have to reset. Drags up. This should be gone. And they have not been able to get a single objective bounty yet. They've had bounties up for about 6 minutes or so, and they haven't even hit a tower since then.
Now it's a 2 for 2 in Drake's. The lead just keeps increasing, almost 10k. We see a lot of us. The only lane that, well, actually mid lane and top are able to keep the
Sure,
CS.
just went in 1v2 to steal blue buff and got it.
But there's a big difference in CS in the bot lane. 65 right now,
Yeah,
or almost
there's
65.
over
So there's a lot of
over
gold difference
2,000
here.
gold lead bot lane. It's about 1,000
I
gold
hear
difference
3,000.
top. They are trying to kill Robbie with Buckby here. He
That's a
should
good
die to
ult.
Vel'Koz's ult. Oh my
Oh, no
god, he gets
damage.
away. And now Rakan is here to help CC the rest of the people. This is gonna be jungle dying. This is going to be mid dying possibly.
Doubtful
Downfall's
survives, but it's not enough.
fighting Renekton, he dies to Maokai sapling on the back end of that fight as well.
They don't have the damage to capitalize on Robbie. The Leandros isn't enough at this time. He continues with
They
10 stacks on his Dark Seal and easy Baron.
New Moon has such a beautiful problem. They have bounties and a split pusher, and yet they aren't able
Wait,
to get a single
Buddha
bounty.
gets caught
Buddha
on the
dies
horde.
looking at his item shop.
Oh, Fallen? Oh, okay, so Robbie didn't have ult. I thought Robbie's Fallen was gonna get one shot there.
There's also some really big bounties. If they can ever kill Renekton, Lux, and Zaya, they're all worth 300 shutdown or higher. Lux ult does 70% of Coconut's health at this point in the game.
Yeah, Coconut needs to get like a Hex Drinker as soon as possible. Even though if it's
Coconut is
gonna,
still he has 1,000 gold and he hasn't finished second item yet.
he's gonna get his build delayed, but he needs at least a Hex Drinker.
I would imagine
If he
his
gets
gold
gold mode,
might
he dies.
pivot into a Bloodthirster second to try to heal up some of the poke from Maokai saplings and Lux. But otherwise, this would be BT second. I mean, IE second. All of Cloud Gaming have 2 items now. We have not seen second item on New Moon yet.
Yeah, Fiora's close
This is
from
a
finishing,
13k gold lead.
but that's about it. Vel'Koz
Fiora's
is also
finally up
close.
top getting bounties, using Demolish to get that tower, but this is gonna be a really hard defense from New Moon.
Lux did reset, so they don't have the poke up like opportunity here in this
Baron
mid.
is about halfway gone. Downfall gets his back cancelled.
Yeah, they're slowly pushing, trying to get that tier 3 turret mid and bot. Um, Aphel is trying to clean. Valko's trying to clean that wave as fast as they can. Fiora on a split push adventure facing the Lux. Tiggsy goes in, does a lot of damage on the J4. He's getting really low.
They're about to lose bot tower. Mid tower is very close to falling as well.
Zebro taking a lot of damage on
Baron has
that.
1/4 up.
Oh, they
They
go for
go
the.
in, the Tark ult comes through.
That's a good ult by Stebro. He will die eventually. Tiggsy does get caught.
This is a 4v3. If they keep this up, Lux is on her way.
Shiba the dog is just, kiting out, doing
Lucky
damage.
needs some mana reset here, and both of their inhibs are exposed.
He's poking with the Q. They don't let the inhibitors die, but they do lose 2 turrets. They do get a shutdown on Vel'Koz. The shutdown on from Tiggsy.
Drag is up 20 seconds, and Maokai is walking over, and Zai can probably just walk over to drag as well. They ought to give us their drag over and try to get to their second item spikes. Most of those have gone through. Only person without second item right now is Jungle. But the problem is, I believe third item's going to be soon for a lot of these carries. Zaya is at 3 items and a half. She has a finished Last Whisper. Lux seems to be working on Shadow Flame and should have that with another 500 gold.
Aphelios just finished his IE, so if he can wait for another 5 minutes and continues to farm, he probably will be able to get third item and start doing damage. But until then, it's gonna be really rough because they're about to lose both.
Baron is going to be up before that can happen.
Because I think they're gonna lose their inhibitors right now, mid
They
and
need
bot.
to.
J4 is on the flank. It's a 4v4. Lux has TP, but if she
Oh,
TPs, they lose
Downfall did
top.
not parry Luxel and lost most of his health. He cannot TP for this flank play.
I mean, he doesn't have to TP, but the idea is forces the Lux TP to take top. But Stybro doesn't go for a
It's mid and
flank.
hip gone.
Buddha's
Downfall
already
is TPing
ulted.
behind them. This will be a 5v4.
Well
This is
played.
a huge
Oh, that's a
start to a
huge
fight.
combo, but everybody dodges it.
Coconut's about to die in the back end. Lux is arriving.
Tiggsy survives.
This will be the last fight, most likely.
Downfall doesn't get the kill.
Downfall does
Everybody
not
dies.
live.
The combo was made, but they didn't have the damage to capitalize. Now everybody's low.
This is
Tiggsy
going to be a
survives.
3v5. They need to get out of here
Oh, look at
before
the
someone else
damage by the
dies.
Lux.
Jarvan gets perma CC'd. This is going to be a 2v4
I think this is
or
game. They're
2v5.
they're
This
forcing the
has to be
game.
game. There's 10 seconds on Coconut, and there's a lot of low targets, but they need to buy time before he can spawn, and Fallen dies immediately.
Now the Nexus is exposed. Gets one kill. Coconut. He tries to go for in. Clown Gaming finishes the game and finishes with a 2-1. Beautiful game by Clown Gaming. 13k goal lead at the end. 18-4. All because one playing mid. I think that was a game. That was a play of the game where they got 4 or 5 kills. He got 4 or 5k gold lead out of that. Really well played by the side of Clown Gaming. Damage charts all over the place. Where 25k damage on the Renekton did amazing job on Tiggsy. Again, making really good plays. Solid match, solid plays. Closure, another perfect game, 2-15, having a beautiful, beautiful game there for third game. And also, I thought Lux would have a lot more damage based on what she was dealing. 16 actually was it's a bit low from what I was expecting. And I'm surprised Bucky dealt 20k damage. It didn't feel like he was doing that much damage at all. And Coconut tried a little bit, Downfall tried a little bit, but it was not able to do much more than that. But overall, good game. I feel like both teams showed really good and bad things. So good for Cloud Gaming to get out of here with a victory. We need to work on our mistakes for New Moon to come back strong as the competition continues. But yeah, that was a lot of interesting things. Any final comments, X?
Final comments. I am sad to see that we did not use top R5. There's a reason why you use it almost every game. There's a lot of hard matchups there, and then also general coordination just did not seem to be there for that last game. Like things that were relatively obvious, like when you're losing fights and you have a two drag lead, you can give like a dragon or two to stabilize the game, but they consistently found themselves on the same side of the map of objectives and then going for fights and then losing a lot of kills for like no particular reason. So I'd like to see that stuff cleaned up a bit. But game two and game one was more fun for me. It was a lot closer, I would say, in both those games. And I'm looking forward to our next matches. So I'll be next Friday, right?
Yeah. So
Or when's the AML games?
no,
Is
no.
that Tuesday?
So on Monday, next Monday, we're gonna have our podcast as usual, covering week 4. Um, on Tuesday, we're gonna have AML week 5. We're gonna be going with. I need to check the schedule, but it's going to be Eclipse and Tides Penumbral on the clock. Then on next Friday, we're gonna go back to AGL. We're actually gonna be streaming 18 New Moon again. It's I need to see the schedule, but it's going to be. Let me see real quick so I can tell everyone. It's gonna be ET New Moon versus Elysium Omen. So another very exciting match, and looking forward to it because it's going to be very very good match as well. Now, that's the our schedule for next week. And what I'm gonna do is right now, Conduit Esports and Team Shadow Frost are playing. It's 1-1, and I'm gonna send you guys over there so you guys can watch if you guys want the end of that series. So again, thanks everybody for showing. I wish you guys have a good night, good weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday on the podcast. So see you guys and peace out.